Hi, I'm Carl Tannenbaum, Chief Economist at Northern Trust. I'm just back from Washington and there's plenty to talk about. Here are the economic topics that were generating the most buzz in our nation's capital. First, does the recent increase in U.S. tariffs against China mean that there's no end in sight to the trade war? Well, I had once thought that we'd have an agreement by the middle of the year. Negotiations seemed to be going well and provocations were kept to a minimum. But apparently, the United States felt as if China was not keeping its commitments to the things that they had negotiated, and so some additional force was put into place. China has also retaliated against the United States with some additional tariffs. So while I still think that there are motivations to reach an agreement, it could take much longer to reach. Secondly, can the U.S. national debt grow to the sky without consequences? All the news that we heard from policymakers was that our budget deficit is going to grow and the debt is going to grow, and still interest rates are very low. We don't have any trouble financing it. Is there no end in sight to our borrowing? I think the answer is no, but we aren't anywhere close to it, and so some of the budget battles that were set up for later on this year are probably only going to increase the debt because the consequences aren't there. Third, will the Fed cut interest rates before the end of this year? I still think the answer is no. Even though inflation is running a little bit below the Fed's 2% target, the U.S. economy seems to be performing very, very well. We have low unemployment, financing conditions are fairly easy, and I think the Fed wants to be very, very careful about cutting rates because they need to keep some powder dry for the event that we fall into a recession. And then finally, is the new trade agreement between the United States, Mexico, and Canada in trouble? I think the answer is yes. Now that the politics of the 2020 presidential election are beginning to take root, there are all kinds of problems that both sides are finding with the new agreement. I think we will be living under the North American Free Trade Agreement, or NAFTA, for some time to come. And that's the view from here.